What's going on? We got Robin Rhines on. What is this I'm hearing? Robin Rhines. What? Did you just sue somebody? What's up with that?
Did you just sue somebody?
Yo.
Okay, so basically me and KG the Poet went to court. Went to court over discrepancy over the battle rap footage between me and Coffee Brown.
So you didn't sue the URL, you sued KG the Poet.
Correct.
Okay.
When I went to URL said that's him. He never sent it over to us. And that's him because there's something to where he's not, I don't know what their little agreement is. Something where he's not liable or something like that. I don't know. It's like he can do stuff with their name, but he's not liable if he does anything out of URL isn't liable if he does anything out of context.
Right, because he's doing it himself. He's probably just using their brand and paying them.
Yeah, well, okay. I feel like that should be disclosed to me as the artist.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like if you're a police officer and I run to you for help as the police officer, you know, my taxes pay for you to serve and protect. But if you're just a mall cop and I don't know that, you know, because you're presenting, you know, everybody's backing you up like you with the force. And then I get hurt or I don't get protected or whatever. And then I sue the police department. The police department says, you know, we back him, but he's not us. Well, I didn't know that. There should be something given to me to say, you know, I'm not really URL because it's like you're getting me to perform under false pretenses because you're somebody else.
Okay, so you didn't know this wasn't the URL. You felt it was the URL the entire time.
Correct. It's on a URL flyer. It's got the URL logo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Battles from this event went to URL. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? I should know that.
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure you'd want to know, hey, this isn't URL. Okay. That would make me understand a little bit more, you know?
All right.
So anyways, we went to court. He asked for mediation or whatever, and we tried to settle out. We did try to settle it out. That's not, you know, we tried to settle it out. He says that he offered the footage, but no, he was trying to make it like you don't have rights to nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. It wasn't.
So did you guys, wait, not to cut you off, so did you guys have an agreement before that you can have access to the footage? Because normally the league has the footage.
A PG agreement. They have something called a PG agreement.
Okay.
But if you look at the flyer doesn't even have the PG symbol on it.
Okay.
Right? So that was one of the arguments in court. Like, oh, Your Honor, this was an amateur night, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, well, this is a day 2 event. You have amateur night and you have the main event. So how can you tell who's the amateurs or not? Shouldn't there be a PG symbol on there like the rest of the PGs? Because if you're going to use company policy, which you're not part of the company, if you're going to use company policy for PGs, PG should be on the flyer. So you can't apply that to me if PG isn't even on the flyer.
What did the contract say?
Okay, so there's no contract. This was a verbal agreement.
Okay.
So verbal agreements are upheld in court in Arizona. So that's how the case even made it to the judge in the first place. So this was a verbal agreement, but I had documentation backing up to where it's like, I'm not asking for money, I'm just asking for my footage. Because I did hit up KG 5 months later. Okay, so I hit up KG 5 months later after the battle and said, yo, what's up with the status of this battle? And he said, oh, it's still being edited. See, at that time, he could have just said, hey, it wasn't good, or hey, it can't come out, or you know what I'm saying? It could have just ended right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, as I'm seeing Coffee do her thing, I said, okay, I'm not going to pay no mind because I'm still under the impression that the footage is going to come out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we go to court, and basically it gets dismissed. I mean, I don't know if you need like other details. If you have
so you, what were you suing for? Just the rights to the footage?
I was suing for footage, and if you weren't going to give me footage, then give me $3,500 because he publicly went when I asked for the footage again later on because you know Coffee started attacking me online, and I'm just like, why are you attacking me? You know, you're not going to do that. So I asked for the footage again, and that's when he went to Facebook and started dogging me like, you know, Robin is... Well, I sent a letter of intent. Hey, if you don't give me this footage, because it doesn't make any sense. I'm watching her perform me, and then she's attacking me, and then, you know, I'm not getting results. You saying it's being edited. I probably wouldn't have kept coming at you had you just said it's not coming out at that time when I asked you.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him a letter of intent. Hey, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to sue you. He takes it and he blows it up on Facebook. Well, what footage? What footage? I sold the footage to her manager, Kevin Parks. He's seen the receipts. Everybody laughed with me. This is hilarious. Ha, ha, ha. You know, so it's like in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got the URL or the one that URL is backing, dogging me in front of everybody for me just simply asking for my footage. It's not like I'm asking for money. Battlers be like, oh, you ain't pay me my money, and they ain't doing this, and they ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was going to take my footage and just move around. Like, hey, this is what I can do. This is part of my portfolio. This is me marketing me and battling me as an artist. Okay, y'all don't rock with me. That's cool. I'm going to just go do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I invested to come out for her when she couldn't get an opponent. So I don't see what's so bad about me asking for this.
Okay. So why did the judge rule against you? What was the ruling?
Okay, so the situation with he didn't rule while we were in trial. It was, as I'm asking him questions, he's like doing we only have 30 minutes to talk during trial. Like, we're in justice court. We're not in civil court. We're in justice court.
Okay.
So he's talking, but he's talking very long and he's not answering the question, but he's taking up a lot of time. And on top of that, the judge, I'm just going to be honest, this is just my opinion. I felt like he wasn't up to date with what YouTube was, what battle rap is. He it's like he just didn't know, you know, and I explained it to him. It's like a brief and, you know, in rhyme and rhythm format, where you disrespect your opponent for entertainment purposes.
Right.
You know, it's a roasting session. So, you know, I just think he asked me a question like, well, why couldn't you record yourself while you were performing? And I'm like, I can't hold a phone
right.
and rap my rounds. You know, I don't think he understood. And then he was like, well, why can't you upload it to the channel? And I'm like, this is him. You know, this is the URL channel. He has access to that, you know?
Okay, so they probably would have looked at it like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know, okay, so it's their channel. It's their footage. How do you really have rights to the footage?
Okay, so we performed in LA. So LA has a law to where performers have rights to their footage. Okay. You can get rights to your footage. Like you and on top of that, it's actually, I was doing my best not to say, because him selling it is against the law. On top of that, if you're not URL, you're already being somebody you're not. You're pretending to be somebody you're not to get somebody to do something that they wouldn't have done had they known that you wasn't. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. And then when you go on Facebook to dog me out, it's kind of like you're trying to cause financial harm, intent to cause financial harm.
But it's like the footage can't be sold unless you agree upon like how.
Correct. You have to sign something to sell it. I didn't sign nothing for you to sell it.
But it gets hairy because this is all a verbal contract. And so you can't really disprove one way or another how things should really go.
Correct. But there is a verbal agreement, and it does show that you were editing the footage, basically showing intent that you were going to provide footage. I did come out and perform. You charged $30.
When did the battle actually happen between you and her?
Okay, the battle happened in 2018.
Oh, 2018. Okay.
Yeah, it's old PG footage. It shouldn't hurt anybody. Why can't if she has it, if her manager has it, what's wrong with me having it? She's not gonna attack me for wanting it when she's out here with my stuff and then saying my stuff, and then he's not gonna be attacking me because I asked for it. Like, I can ask for my shit if I want to. Like,
okay, yeah, you can ask for it, but it's kind of just like now it's like he sold it, and you know. But so, what do you want to come of all this? Because because a lot of people are thinking this is you sued the URL. So it's not that you sued KG the poet. He ended up selling the footage to what I'm thinking is Coffee Brown's manager, right? So what do you want to come out of all this?
Just give me my footage. That's it. I mean, what have we been asking for since day one? You've seen me on Twitter. Give me my stuff. Why does this girl have my stuff and I don't have my stuff? Why are you pushing this girl and I'm over here sitting on the bench? Give me my stuff. Give me my stuff. I'll promote myself and I'll go somewhere else.
You
because
just want.
You gotta understand, this is the first female West Coast PG. It's never been done.
Right.
So it's like, okay, yeah, that's something that I want. Give me my flowers. Like, if we both know, if I would have lost that battle, that shit would have been on BBC News, CNN, Flavor TV. That shit would have been everywhere. So what's all this biasness going on for? You know,
so you feel like they're trying to just cover everything up for her?
You're covering everything up for her. But on top of that, like, I invested for me to come out and perform. And KG, you made your money. You made your money.
Okay.
She got booked for other looks. That's cool. Give me my stuff. I need something to show me. Y'all don't want to show me. That's cool. Give me something to show me. Like, this is me. What niggas is up here rapping me? Can I have me? Are you telling me I can't have me?
Did she take like the whole round, or was she taking like just a few bars from it?
She scattered it through her round or whatever. She just scattered bits and pieces through her round. But it's like, Steve,
versus Vixen.
Why do you have my shit? Why do you have my shit? Why does your manager have my shit? Like, why do y'all have it?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
On top of that, why is PG's not coming out? PG's ain't been coming out for 5 years on the West Coast. Everybody know PG's don't come out.
Right.
What's going on? Because you're not URL. And then on top of that, it was like a situation to where URL did get involved. And that's where it's like, okay, y'all are y'all defending him or y'all not defending him? Because you said that he wasn't with y'all. So now you're providing him stuff that has nothing to do with this case. So to me, it's looking like you're defending him now. So now I'm over here. Now I'm talking to the big boys. Like, what's going on? Okay, what can we do? How can we work this out?
So I got a question for you. So has this like tarnished the relationship that you may have with, you know, the URL at this point?
I mean, at this point, I don't think there is a relationship. I think they already got who they wanted. And I respected that. I respect that. You got who you want. Okay, I'll go on and do my own thing. So here I am in my own city, about to battle C3. Next thing you know, Queen and Ring is making calls. And next thing you know, 2 URL scouts is there. And next thing you know, I'm not going up to perform.
Because I'm hearing it's like a situation you're supposed to battle C3, and C3 is saying that she just wrote the material.
Okay, first off, let me, how do I say this? I misspoke in my interview.
Okay.
Not my interview, in my blog about C3, because me and C3 had a conversation after that blog.
Okay.
So one, shout out to C3.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Two, I apologize to C3. So C3 has my apology because I was under the impression when I walked, she was over there by a tree going over her rounds. And I was a little far away. And I thought she said something like, well, I just wrote for you today. But that's not what she said. She's going over it. She's been going over it since something. She said something. She said that she said something else. But that's not what I heard. So I was like, that's why I felt like, okay, damn, you trying to hold me. You just wrote your shit today. So when I was in that blog, it wasn't to tarnish her reputation or nothing like that. Because here I am getting my reputation tarnished. So it's like, what do I look like down to her?
Right.
So I hit her up like, okay, well, we had a misunderstanding. My bad. And that's what it is. So.
Okay, so you and C3 is cool. So, like.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. All right, so now it's a problem between you and the URL, obviously. Where do you battle at now?
I mean, shit, I battle my damn self till somebody pick me up. It just is what it is. I mean, my thing is, even if I do go battle somewhere else, or if I battle anybody from that realm, they gonna make phone calls. Oh, don't talk to her. Oh, don't battle her. Oh, don't do this. All because I asked for my footage. I could have been skedaddled. I could have been dipped. Like, I don't have to be there. Like, them bitches don't fuck with me no ways. I don't care. So, what else is new? Even if I do, I beat up one of them bitches, they gonna hide it again. What's the difference?
Okay, but if
they don't want to book a rematch.
Right. So just to backtrack, so since KG the Poet doesn't have the footage, he sold the footage, because I seen there was some sort of issue between, I guess, Norbs wanted you to get the footage.
No, Norb said tell him to send it. He was just Norb said it, but Norb said it, and then Beasley said it. Hey, he needs to send it. He needs to send it. He didn't send it. Okay, you didn't send it. Cool. You decided not to send it. Cool. But you gave it to her manager. You gave it to her. Why can't I have it? because I pay for all my expenses up front to come out and perform for this
Okay. Oh,
platform.
now, okay. Now I see. So just to clear this up, so the URL was trying to give you the footage, but it was him that didn't give you the
like
footage.
they was with it. Like they didn't mind me having it.
I don't know. This is kind of a tricky situation, but everybody is starting to talk about this right now. So, but I think the main points to kind of get from this, like I kind of knew, and not just because I'm a blogger, it's just because he kind of, KG the Poet kind of lets it be known like that he's kind of operate independently, but URL is allowing them to use their brand, so it's kind of like, now everybody knows that if they do something over there, it's not the URL. So I think that's like a important.
Which is confusing because the flyer says URL. It doesn't say
not
URL. You know what I'm saying? When he calls, he doesn't call to say I'm not URL, but I'm gonna play like I'm URL. So do you want to battle on the thing to play like your URL? Like
yeah, because people wouldn't do it.
Correct.
But they should know, in a sense, like I mean. I understand, like, when you see a URL banner, that's what you're going to think. But if there's no contract involved, that should make somebody think, like, what the hell is going on here?
Okay, now that's where I messed up at. And I have no problem taking fault for that. That's where I messed up at. That's where I messed up at. But everybody knows PGs aren't paid. You got to invest in yourself. You go over there, you handle business. Your footage drops. That's it. You take your footage, you promote yourself, you get to the bag.
Right. But I think it's I think people need to know what you said earlier is that if you battle in California, you have a right to your footage.
Correct. When you're in LA, you have a right to your stuff.
So,
I sued him in Maricopa County, Arizona.
Okay.
So they recognize, well, that's where he resides in. So that's how they go.
So it seems like if he sold the footage to somebody else, which is Coffee Brown's manager, you may need to go after him to try to get some of the footage instead of KG the Poet at this point, if the footage has already been sold. Unless you want to.
Reached out to him and he said he has it, but he just said, it's not coming out. It's sitting over here with the rest of the whatever, how many battles they got in the vault or whatever. They've already reached out to him, so it's like it just is what it is.
So you may need to get a lawyer and try to find new grounds as to why you can bring it to court.
I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, there's statute of limitations too now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could go for like a year after the performance. It could also extend into other things because there's still a breach of contract with URL with the Flames battle because they didn't provide fair and proper promotion. If I wanted to, the thing is, I don't feel like doing this. Nobody should have to do this.
Do you feel like they're not giving you the footage because they don't want you to expose her taking some of your material and using it in her battle?
They don't want to release the footage because they don't want to show her
losing.
Losses.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're more interested in that. Like, she's a Geechee. She's a brand of Geechee. She's an extension of Geechee. So for her to get hit like that would show it would be a reflection upon him. So and that's business. You're gonna do whatever to protect your business and your investments. I get that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is I'm a business entity too. So when I ask for something in private and you go to Facebook and you dog me out, you're hurting my business too.
Okay. But not to, talk trash about any of them, but I do notice, like, when people go to LA, there is, like, LA bias, it seems. Just going along with the, the KCJ and the Coffee Brown situation, not to dog her or nothing.
I don't know what the KCJ and Coffee.
Yeah, it was basically a situation where, like, Coffee was allowed to redo her rounds, but Coffee kind of explained it like, Casey said she choked and they let her redo the rounds. Coffee said there was a problem with glare in the camera, so they couldn't shoot with multiple angles because she was blacked out because of the glare. So she was able to reshoot.
So I know for a fact the Avocado told all the battlers if they choke, they get to redo their rounds because of the way that they were shooting it.
Okay.
I mean, I know because I know I got a little source or whatever that was like, no, he told everybody that.
Okay.
So it's sense. Like, okay, if shit.
I mean, you want the footage to look as good as it could possibly look.
You want it to look good so it can look like a classic. There's not really a lot of female classics. So you want a classic. So it's like, even if she did redo her rounds or whatever, they still she got her footage. What's the difference? Like, I ain't got my damn footage.
Right. Do you have anything else coming up soon, or?
I mean, no, I'm sitting duck right now. No. I mean, I got some shit in 2021, but right now, no.
Okay. So this is a big deal right now.
I mean, shit.
I hate that you have to go through.
I don't mean to be talking so, relaxed, but I'm just like, I just don't.
It's frustrating.
Like, why am I being attacked because I asked for my stuff and my opponent has my stuff? Why am I being attacked for that? Why would you attack me?
Right.
Like, nobody should have to go through that. All I did was ask for my stuff. You could have said a long time ago, hey, it ain't good, it ain't coming out. You could have just said that.
Right.
You could have said that.
Okay.
You didn't say that. You wanted to dangle. That's what that was.
Well, like I said, I think the biggest takeaway from this thing is people are now aware that those are two separate entities. The URL and what KG the Poet has going on.
Yeah, I don't know what he is. What is he? Because in court, he was like, me and my company.
Oh, wow. Do you have the transcripts? Yeah. Or they didn't do that?
I've ordered them.
Okay. Because normally they have a tape.
They give it to you on CD. They give it to you in a CD format, and then you'll have to order transcripts from the CD.
All right. Well, people about to hear you, at least your point of view on this situation.
Like, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make no damn sense.
Hopefully, I mean, I know y'all had to go to court, and hopefully somehow this can get resolved so you can at least get some of your footage.
I mean, there's going to be no resolution. They done gave me the finger. That's cool. But that's all right. Robin is going to bounce back and come better than ever. God taught us to love thy enemies. And it just is what it is.
What about King of the Dot? They had a tournament. You thought about getting involved in it?
King of the Dot, there's some things in the works with King of the Dot, definitely.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm definitely going to wreck shop over there.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see something. But right now, you guys.
I know the footage will drop.
Come on.
Damn, it's that bad? Shit. Oh, your footage is horrible. You're horrible. But I sold it. Oh, okay. Well, I want to know. So I was like, I'm going to go to court. I want to know how much I'm worth. Shit, obviously I ain't worth shit. Here, I got dismissed.
Oh, Lord. You will be good. Things will work out. You know what I mean? When people try to...
I got a good-ass attitude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You do.
So I ain't tripping.
But now, I mean, you at least... I mean, coming on here, like, now their eyes are going to be open to a couple of things. You know what I mean? So... Shout out to you, and I hope that, you get a chance to get some battles in the future, and some leagues reach out. Damn, you went all the way from Texas? So, wait.
Exactly.
Texas, was it on your own dime?
No, yeah, it was on my own dime. I came up in there dolo. Nobody would talk to me. Nobody would talk to me. After I got through rapping these rounds, nobody talked to me. Coffee left the building, and everybody jumped on me like ants. That was a battle. And they were whispering as if they were scared to talk to me. I went out there by myself. It was people that I knew. Y'all always, y'all see me on URL battles all the time.
All right. Well, hey, people want to see you again, but shout out to you. Shout out to C3. I'm glad you cleared that situation up.
Yeah, definitely shout out to C3. She been putting on for the ladies heavy.
And y'all leagues better book her. Stop playing.
or book that rematch with Coffee and we can spill them beans again. What's up?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to write my same motherfucking rounds that she took.
Yo.
I said, yo.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I would be heated, not going in on Coffee, but like anybody. If I put material out there and then I hear it in another battle, I would be flipping out right now.
You would be ready to box. You got anything else? My boss is asking to do a Zoom meeting.
No, that's it.
Go on the productivity.
All right,
I'm
Robin.
trying to produce.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm trying to get away from my head.
All right, no, I'm just getting your story out here so people will know exactly what's going on. Because I think a lot of people think you sued the URL.
URL got involved.
Right.
Well, isn't he the URL? Because URL is backing him like he's URL. So isn't he the URL? Like, that's the thing. Like, there should be some type of disclosure. Hey,
it does.
Just a franchise or something. Like, if I go to the doctor and I say I need you to operate on my leg, and this person is pretending to be a doctor for this hospital, and I wake up and my leg is gone, and I say, yo, I'm suing, and you're like, sue that nigga, your leg is gone, and
we ain't got nothing to do with that, even though he under our umbrella.
Yeah, but
crazy.
he works for the hospital, so it's like I don't get my leg back. But you get to say, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait a minute. I don't know if that's, bro, you can't pretend to be something you're not. Are you that, or why? Yeah, y'all help me out. Yeah, y'all help me. Help me understand, because I'm the bad one here. I'm the slow one. I don't understand. I'm from the South. You know, I spend money to come out for somebody who didn't have an opponent. I don't understand. You gonna help me understand. You gonna give me some help.
I want to hear these rounds now.
Yeah, you gonna give me all of that.
All right, Robin, I'm gonna let you get to your Zoom call.
Hell yeah. She's like, are you coming? I'm like, 1 minute, I'm rebooting my system.
You silly. All right.
Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate you, PIPERBOY.
No problem. Bye, Robin.
All right, you have a blessed day. Bye.
You too. So shout out to Robin. You know, I'm glad she came on to at least give her side of the story. It's a lot of things circulating around. I'm getting a lot of DMs and people are saying like, yo, she's suing the URL, this, that, and the third. I wanted her to break everything down herself to give us an accurate depiction on exactly what's happening. Now, I do want to say, KG the poet, you know, there's always two sides to the story. And, you know, he also has a right, if he wants to come on and talk about things, you know, the platform is open to him, you know. So, you know, we hear one side of it. I'm not saying Robin isn't telling the truth. She's telling us what she thinks from her perspective, you know. So shout out to her, shout out to everybody. And hopefully this can all get resolved, because I know this would be like a crazy situation for anybody if they battled someone, they don't get a chance to see the footage, the battle gets vaulted, and they end up hearing somebody spitting some of their material in another battle. You know, I think it's crazy, you know, that they went ahead and they sold the footage to her management. That's kind of just the whole thing just don't make sense to me. You know, so y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below about that. I would hope that's not going down, but you know, that is what it is. So hopefully KG the poet, one way or another, he can end up saying something about it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I don't normally do interviews. I try to stay away from them, you know, but this situation is, it needed to be cleared up. You know what I mean? So holla at y'all later. Peace.